I'm glad to be here with you, Emily, at the end of all things. Hashtag no homo. Hashtag not gay. Hashtag just friends.
Hashtag one ring to rule them all.
Hashtag the one ring to rule them all. The ring between me and my betrothed, Rosie. Who the fuck is Rosie? I'm sorry, Sam. You've just walked up the fucking mountains of Mordor with who? Not Rosie. His name is fucking Frodo, okay?
It's who's Sam? Who's Sam? It's Frodo's Sam.
For real.
If you don't recall.
Sam saying, like, we can't leave until Mr. Frodo has had his breakfast. So real.
I need him to take care of me.
Men, if you're looking for how to get a woman, just make sure she's had breakfast. She's gonna love that. Yeah. Make sure she's had second breakfast. Make sure she has 11sies. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, finding out that the ring whispered to Sam that the whole world would be a big garden and all that, after watching this, I just about wept.
Well, yes. Not me crying for 40 minutes. Oh, I have something in my eye for 4 hours, okay? this movie. Hi, welcome to The Swamp. It's our podcast. It's an acronym.
Stands for some whack-ass movie podcasting.
And I don't ever say what this show is or it's about. So, hi, my name is Dara. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Emily.
Hi.
And we just talk about movies. We talk about a different movie every week. We're just talking about it. We're not really trying to teach you anything. We're not trying to be educational. We are just talking about it. You can stay here and listen if you would like. You also don't have to do that. But we are covering the Lord of the Rings movies this month in general. We're spilling over a little bit into January. But you can't hold us to that. We went to Poland. And you can't podcast while you're in Poland. No. Because then you won't be doing things while you're in Poland. You know what I mean? So
how am I supposed to eat pierogies and podcast at the same time? I'm sorry, I can't.
Don't even get on here and lie and act like we didn't eat any pierogies like that.
We didn't eat any pierogies.
Do you know what I did?
Ate paprika chips? I was going to say we were eating paprika chips the entire time.
Oh my god. Europeans, if you know what's good for you, you're going to ask me for my shipping address. I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to send me some baked Lay's paprika chips. Oh my god, you cannot get them here in the US, and you can only get them on eBay.
Yes, you can.
No, you literally...
I bought them at, like, what is it? Like, the Indian markets that are near my house.
I've never seen them, and I tried to see if they were online. It's only on eBay.
Dara, I will get you these paprika chips, but if you also want to send us some, I won't say no.
I'll tell you where I live, straight up.
I'll open up a P.O. box so that you guys can send me the paprika chips.
But I got home, and I straight up went to the store, and I bought the frozen Mrs. T's pierogies. Because I was like, I felt like it was so pierogi-less. And the pierogies we had, I was like, I am craving a Miss T's.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We had a lot of other good food, though. A lot of good soups. Y'all are a soup people. And I fuck with that.
Zoopy?
A zoopy?
Just a stark lack of pierogies, and I think that was just on us. But
yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, no. I feel like we did lack in that department.
Hey, and you know what? Next time, we'll do better, okay? Oh, and speaking of doing better, I wanted to apologize at the top of the episode because Henry, my beloved husband, has been bullying me relentlessly for saying in the past 2 episodes of this podcast where we covered movies 1 and 2 of Lord of the Rings, I've been saying Uruk-hai, as in the Uruk-hai. The Uruk-hai are the type of orc that are the fancier orcs with the ponytails, and I've been calling them Uruk-hai because they're the Uruk-hai, and I'm just saying Uruk-hai. Sorry, but I've been leaving out the uk, so it is the Uruk-hai, and I'm a dumb bitch for that one, I guess, but I'm sorry.
I know you practiced that before you came on tonight.
It's a nickname. I'm on a close personal friend basis with the
Uruk-hai.
With the Uruk-hai.
With the Uruk-hai. Uruk-hai.
Which is literally why I have in front of me a like vocab guide being like, the Palantir is like the fucking wizard orb, and I'm just gonna say wizard orb, and we're all gonna know. But yeah. I was encouraged to get my terms in order before hopping on this call. So
yeah, as you should, because I'm gonna need it.
Wait, ask me, Ask me what the capital of Gondor is.
Hey, Dara, do you know the capital of Gondor?
Well, actually, it used to be Osgiliath, but then it got moved, and now it's Minas Tirith. And so now it's Minas Tirith, which is up on the hill. It's the stony white one. There's a tree. And when fucking Peregrine touches the Palantir, what does he see? The tree on fire. They're going to Minas Tirith. And that's what this movie's fucking about, bitch.
Exactly. No, thank God you have that, because I did have to read the Wikipedia plot, of this again. We watched this like 2 weeks ago or so. And I remember the broad strokes, but I needed the refresher. And there were names popping up there that I said, I'm sorry, I've never met that man in my life.
You said, Smeagol's cousin? Deagle?
Deagle!
Shouts out to Deagle. He got choked the fuck out in the first 3 seconds of this movie. There was not a chance in hell for cousin Deagle.
Oh my god, this movie got very not chill very quickly.
Well, yes, and I loved you were begging for the Gollum backstory.
Yeah.
And I kept being like, just wait.
It was all I wanted.
Ask me like 3 hours later to be like, no, just wait. And then like 4 hours into movie 2, you're like, when do we get the Gollum backstory? And I'm like, you really just have to wait. But I love this opening sequence of basically how the ring comes to Smeagol, and we get him as Andy Serkis in some prosthetic makeup, but just, you know, some big ears and some general face shaping. And then we get the full, like, nasty, gory transformation into Gollum. And there's just this really cool sequence of him, like, crawling up into the mountains, and you see his, like, skin get bloated and gray and, like, slough off his face. And he's biting into fish with his teeth.
Oh, it's
and
disgusting.
His teeth are, like, gnarled away. And then there's, like, this beautiful moment where he closes his eyes and then he reopens them, and it's the full CG model. Oh my god, shivers down my spine. So fucking good.
No, Andy Serkis hit this shit hard as fuck. I mean, like, it's hard to think that he could really even improve his performances. I mean...
Well, this is really his time to shine. We haven't gotten too much of him, like, barely any in movie 1. We're working up to it in movie 2, but movie 3 is really where we get his, you know, he's sneaking. We get a lot of Gollum
A lot of sneaking, a lot of plotting, a lot of whispering to oneself.
And a lot of, like, 1v1 Gollum to Smeagol conversations within himself, which is why I'm like... Those performances are why I simply do not understand why we discount Andy Serkis's performance here for, like, awards or accolades or whatever, because
he's the godfather of mocap, dog.
Which, and he gets to have that, and...
But I mean, no, he deserves an award for, like, come on.
Or, I don't know. Not that awards mean anything. We're pissed at awards right now, actually.
Yeah.
Entering this Oscar season feeling lower about this shit than I ever have. We'll pop off about it in some other episode, I'm sure, sometime soon. But let us know what you guys think of all this fucking rigmarole.
You know what we're talking about.
Of course.
It's Amelia Perez. We're all talking about Amelia Perez.
Yeah, but even just, like, the whole thing, like, Sebastian Stan winning Best Actor and them not even inviting the other guy who's in the movie to the show. Like, it's so strange.
The weird, like, leaderboard that they had on the side of what production houses had won, like, the most awards.
Netflix, Max, A24. Ew, I saw a tweet that was like, lest things be getting too classy, we can literally to the Netflix count board.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of awards, this is the only Lord of the Rings movie that won Best Picture. The other movies, of course, were in the running and in the mix and had some other auxiliary Oscars, of course, but this is the big winner. This movie is tied, I believe, for some record of most Oscars ever. I think it won 11, I want to say, Best Picture, and then basically just down the row, everything else as far as, like, costumes, editing, makeup, all of it.
Not, like, actor-wise, right? Did anyone's performance?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, but the rest
director, cinematographer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. 11, you know, how many do they even give out at the Oscars?
Yeah,
Like 20?
fucking A.
But I think it's pretty funny because I feel like this is generally regarded as like the weakest link of the trilogy.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is not. I mean, if I'm going down it, I'm ranking it in chronological order, 1, 2, 3. That's how I feel.
And I shout out Real Ones Love Number 2,
Of course.
which is also a really fair argument to make. But I just like, but I'm like, also if you say 3 is your favorite, that might also be valid as well. They're like they're all 5-star movies. But this is the one I would I would put this third.
Yeah, well, it just, and there is the, obviously, I think that, listen, I am a huge fan of the 90-minute movie, all right? Everyone knows that. We've spewed enough love and appreciation for it on this podcast. That shit was hard to sit through, honestly. I mean, like,
Weak
3.5...
skill issue.
Fine, that's fine. Like, I know, and you know, the director of The Brutalist can call me a pussy. But, like, 3.5 hours, it's a lot.
I thought I made the conditions quite comfortable and accommodating.
You did? Oh, you certainly did. No, nothing against you. I mean, you created the perfect environment. We had sloppy joes.
We did have sloppy joes while we watched this movie. That was a choice. Honestly, that was a choice.
Yeah.
I wasn't too familiar with Mr. Joe, and honestly, I don't know if I'll be coming back
You don't
around
need
to him anytime soon.
You don't need to. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I do. Obviously, this movie is gorgeous and brilliant, and a masterpiece. But yeah, if I'm clocking them, number 1's my favorite coming out of this.
Yeah, and I would say the same. I love the origin. The beginning parts are always like the most exciting, and I think we get the most like diversity of like we get to see the Shire and we get to see where the elves live and shit. And I just like am more into the sets. But this movie, this finale also goes pretty fucking hard. Cannot discredit her. Because, but I guess I'm also just less interested in like the weird non-factor love triangle between
What the
Aragorn, Eowyn, and Arwen.
Nothing happens?
Is she gonna be immortal? Isn't she gonna be immortal? Are they broken up? Are they not broken up? They've been speaking to each other in the dream realm, which is like, okay, guess we can do that now. And there's this basically whole sequence where Liv Tyler is like, I'm not gonna go on the boat to the Undying Lands. I'm gonna become immortal. And her dad, fucking Hugo Weaving, is like, I'm the guy from The Matrix, you have to come. And then she's like, but Dad, I already did it. And he's like, fuck, now I have to reforge the sword for your boyfriend. Oh, and he does it. Shit! But then, basically, there was, like, potentially a hot minute between the last time they had seen each other and now this new dream sequence where he was like, you have to go and be immortal and I'm gonna die in war. But then she sees the vision of their child. So she knows that he's probably gonna get out unalive through her elf magic or whatever. And that's why she chooses a mortal life. Whatever. So there was like 20-minute window maybe where Eowyn could have struck and she really shot her shot during that time period. But he does have to let her down easy because he's like, I'm still wearing like a locket that has her elf blood in it or some shit, dude. Like, I am not gonna be over this breakup for
girl,
a
like,
while.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
emotionally unavailable as fuck.
Yeah, I give you a wink and a nod, but like that's all it is. You see this? You see this?
So then she's obsessed with trying to kill herself, which honestly, after no Aragorn dick, I'd be like, send me to the front lines.
Girl, a situationship will do that to a bitch, so I don't blame her. And she does get to have like objectively one of the more iconic lines and moments in the films, so
yeah, it's a little too girl bossy for me, but we do have to remember this is 2003, and we also do have to remember she's the only woman character in the film who does anything at all. So it's like,
so
I'm not mad about it where I can.
Not mad about it. Yeah,
but yeah, this sort of whole Liv Tyler non-factor love triangle thing is taking up too much of my time.
Well, that pissed me off because I thought that there was going to be a wedding. I was going to see their wedding. I'm glad I got to see Samwise's, but I thought I was going to see those two married. I was under the impression.
The coronation, and that's like the thing.
I
Whatever.
guess. Yeah.
Plus, you already know through the
fine.
vision that they become rulers and they have their little precious heir or whatever. And the whole thing would kind of suck if Viggo Mortensen wasn't just pulling it off so hard. It's like, I want to be pissed. I want to think it's annoying. I want to riff and like piss all over this. But he's just so earnest and so good that I just can't say a bad thing.
I just had king in country, more like it dick in country. If I can't get that Aragorn dick, I'm ready to die.
So real. And she's like, honestly, Mary, Pippin's probably dead too. You should also just hop on.
Oh my god,
let's
Mary
get
in
you-
the armor?
She's like, let's get you fitted up. Let's get to those front lines.
That had me crying. Oh my god. There's a lot of points at this that had me tearing up.
This is also a fire movie for if you like fell in love with Merry and Pippin in movie 2 with Treebeard. You get like mega action with them here. It's almost like in movie 1, you get more of Sam and Frodo, but towards the end here, they're just walking. They're just on a hike. So we gotta get these other hobbits in the plot. And I'm obsessed that like Sauron is just racist and thinks that all hobbits are the same because Pippin touches the fucking Palantir. I've said it 9 times now.
Of course.
And Sauron is immediately like, that's the hobbit whose ass I need to get. And it's just like, no, you just think they're all the same. But basically that puts
you
Pippin
don't
in
see
the little
height.
tights. Oh my god, you don't see the curly shag cut. You're blinded by it.
You don't see big hairy feet.
But he basically is put in this tight little situation where he has to join Gandalf and they go to Minas Tirith to warn Denethor, the corrupt steward, about what's going on, aka the dad of Boromir and Faramir. He's like, Boromir is dead. You're my second favorite son. You should go to the front lines and kill yourself. And Faramir says, bet. Faramir says, okay, well, you're my dad and you're the leader, so I guess I will. And
because I have to kill myself.
Shit.
Oh, I hate when my dad tells me I have to kill myself.
Pippin is like, oh my god, Boromir was also my favorite. I'll just step in. I owe you my life. And he says, oh, okay, this is fucking for real. You're in the city guard now. Go get fitted for armor, motherfucker. Because if you're gonna say you're gonna be my little guy, you're gonna sing me a song while I bite into my cherry tomatoes, and then you're gonna get a gun and you're gonna go to those front lines. And he does. And honestly, he does. We get to see both hobbits get some kill moments in, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Merry and Pippin on this one. Seeing Pippin light the the big cauldrons or whatever, he's getting that shit done, and I love it. And I love the quirky mashup of Gandalf and him, because Gandalf is obviously like so over it. Like, Pippin, you are such a pain in my ass, dog. But listen, he's getting it done.
I'm obsessed that Gandalf shows up and is like, here's what you have to do. And then Denethor is like, I'm a little bitch, I'm not going to do that. And Gandalf's like, well, you can't say no to me, I'm literally God. And so he's like, we're going to do some light treason. And he has Pippin climb up the back of the fucking thing, and he lights the flame. Gondor is calling, and Rohan is fucking answering, bitch. And it's because Gandalf just did some light treason, but it's like, what are you going to do? Try him?
Well, and that's
you literally can't.
You literally can't. Well, here's my thing, and one of the best things, in my opinion, about this movie is Daddy Gandalf has his big dick energy back, baby. He's got his charisma. Oh my god.
He was reborn, and he said, I'm putting on a serious face, it's go time. And this one, he's like, these people are pissing me off. Too bad for a little bit of the stank to not come through.
Exactly. Oh my god, the staff and sword combo that he fights with. Hot. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Snail trail.
Me down the stairs of Minas Tirith. It's a slip and slide. Okay.
Like, yeah, that's my man. That is my man.
Who? No, get me in there, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm glad he's back in his just on his A game. Like, that was like the one thing about movie 2 that I felt like I really missed. Yeah, the bitch is back.
And speaking of wizards, I guess it's like sort of interesting to note that they cut Saruman's death scene from the theatrical cut. Like I guess it's just inferred, of course, that he falls with the rest of it. But if you watch the extended editions, which I don't fault you for not doing that, but also there is like some pretty important stuff that they go over in the extended editions. For example, we wouldn't know that Aragorn is 87 unless we were watching that extended cut of movie 2, you know? So you're getting important stuff there, but they fully cut the scene where it's basically they're having the battle on the top of the big fucking tower and he falls to his death, and it's this whole behind-the-scenes fun fact of Christopher Lee being like, I actually know what people who get stabbed sounds like. They don't cry, they gasp for air. Whatever, it's a big thing, but he was fucking livid that they cut that scene from that movie to the point where he had like irreparable damage between him and Peter Jackson, where it was like he maybe wasn't going to come back for the Hobbit movies, and he like really had to be, and he like made a bunch of comments like, you're not going to cut me from these ones too, are you? Like, he was salty.
I don't blame him, because I honestly,
because it's important.
I would have liked to see that.
Cut Liv Tyler. Cut the only other woman in the movie.
Like, at this point, she's not even there. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, right. No, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. That is kind of fucked up. I would like to eventually go back and watch the extended editions, maybe next year. But yeah, I'm gonna need a minute after that. But yeah, that is actually wild. I'm glad they at least kept the elephants with the spikes on their tusks in this one, though. That was sick.
Oh, you mean the olifants?
The olifants?
It's just Oliphant, I think is how it's spelled in the books. So it's like an oliphant, trebuchets, the catapults. They had some tactical warfare shit going on that honestly had me thinking about math and thinking about Napoleon and his love of the cannon arch.
The artillery.
This is where the conversation of race actually does get somewhat applicable here, because these are people from other parts of this fantasy world who do generally look like non-Eurocentric visuals, essentially, to depict the evil guys. But it's also like they've been corrupted by the evil of Sauron, so it's like, is it a race thing, or is it just like that they've been corrupted by evil? You know, it's not really their fault. It's just sort of like it happened. I don't know. So it's but
does it make you racist for thinking it's a race thing?
Yeah, right. So it's still like a complicated conversation around this, especially when J.R.R. Tolkien, like it was a long time ago, but also he was kind of transparent about like, this is an Anglo-Saxon allegory origin story, so it just has to be centered in Europe, and that's how
especially
it is.
Going back on, like, how he sort of framed the, not the hobbits, the
orcs?
Not the orcs, who are the
goblins.
other ones? I don't know.
The dwarves.
Whatever. The dwarves. I think it was the dwarves, yes, who were very Jewish coded.
Just we're going through every race that might actually be a little problematic. Like, oh, no, the other ones. No, the other ones.
But, like, yeah, he didn't he like, we talked about it, like, he spoke on it.
Yeah, okay, they're called the Haradrim, though. I found it in my notes. And honestly, I kind of thought they put some respect on that by making their elephants so fucking decked out, and that, like, they were kind of crushing it for a second there.
Oh yeah, dog.
The way those elephants were stomping through horses, like,
dude, brutal.
Oh, I loved the horse squishing really got to me. And the elephants with the spikes, going through the middle so they could just, like, clear rows of fucking horses. That's what I like to see.
Crazy. Did Theoden get tossed around by by one of the elephants? I can't remember how he got, like, murked.
Like, thrown off his horse? It might have been...
Yeah, something like that. Because I haven't noted that he got, like, fucked up. Which I remember, but I can't remember exactly how. But I thought it was an elephant for some, or Oliphant. Thank you.
Oliphant. It could be the Witch King of Angmar, dude.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, he got
leader of the Nazgul.
Yes, ragdolled.
And I guess we're getting into the battle. I guess Eowyn's big "I am no man" stabbed to the face. Am I missing lore about, like, was that sword embedded with some magic, because I don't think that would have just killed him. Her one little stab to the face, but he's like a ghostly being.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't say.
I'll give it to her, though, you know.
Sure.
She got him, fair and square. Yeah. Right there in the midst of it all. If he got stabbed in the face and died, I guess that's how it had to happen.
Yeah, fine. Sure.
I love the scream she lets out. She says her girl boss line, but then she just goes, ah! Before going in for the scream.
Love.
This movie makes me feel patriotic, not in a way that for my country, but in a way that it's like, imagine being the guy at the front that you know there's no chance. You just have you have to just scream and swing your sword.
Yeah.
And you have to make it as awesome as you can make it.
Yeah, that must be, like, freeing, at least. Like, as much as I am not a bitch that made for battle, there must be something so liberating about being like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking die. And what of it?
On my horse, I'm gonna try to take down a few motherfuckers before I do. Okay? Mm-hmm. I kind of get why men go to battle now, a little bit. And they're giving the really inspiring speeches where they're like, we're doing it for Frodo! I'm like, yes, I would get my ass in there.
Yeah, this is the only movie that I think would ever make me be like, yeah, I'd go to war.
I'd enlist.
For something. Yeah, sure.
Follow the link in the description. No, oh my god, I'm just kidding. Imagine if we were military recruiters. That'd be hilarious. Oh my god.
If this entire podcast has just been one long setup to recruit
to be like,
for the military.
Guys, have you ever considered that in Lord of the Rings, it seems kind of awesome to go to war? Well, boy, oh boy, do I have a business opportunity for you.
Have you ever heard of swords? We don't have those, just drones.
In The Lord of the Rings, there's only one choice, and that's to bring the ring into the fires of Mount Doom. But Frodo, he does waffle a little bit at the end there. So he is very much doing what some would call a chocolate or vanilla, which is just making a choice. Hi, Jen. How are you?
I am really good. How are you guys?
Wonderful. And so glad that you're here to host your interim podcast segment, Chocolate or Vanilla, where you say two things and we all just say which one we like better. Is there a theme this week?
There is. So I saw Wicked, and it was amazing. And then I saw the Golden Globes, and they were fine at best. But these are things that are pink, green, or gold.
Pink, green, and gold, bitch.
Perfect. Here I like this.
Here at Swamp University, those are our school colors. Establishing a non-traditional color palette for this. It's a free public-funded university, so that's why the colors are a little unusual.
Jen, I'm glad that you went this route instead of like just talking about the Golden Globes, because I would have gotten so mad so fast.
No bueno. So first one is chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Chocolate. Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
Chocolate.
Strawberry today.
Chocolate. All right. First one. Care Bears. Good Luck Bear or Cheer Bear? So the one with the shamrock on his belly or the one with the rainbow on her belly?
And, okay, I was always a fan of the purple one. What was her name? She had a heart, and she was like the friendship one or something. But
Dara, she's not part of this.
But I was a Care Bear girl, so I have to establish for the audience which one was my favorite. I also really fucked with the Care Bear cousins, who were animals other than bears. So there was a lion and an elephant, and they were sort of like the offbeat Care Bear characters, and I was like always more of a sidekick. These sound so familiar. But I do think the Care Bear that my brother always had was the Shamrock one, because it was like either that one or the blue one, but the blue one was sad. So if you're a boy, your two options were kind of like sadness or luck. And there's like kind of a clear choice there, in my opinion.
Fair enough. What is that? Is that your cat?
Yes. Winston's doing this thing that he does where right before he has to poop, he has to do his pre-poop scream where he just lets everyone know. He rings the alarm.
Did he learn that from you and Henry?
Yes, right before you have to shit when you're like, ah, oh god, oh no. He does a lot of that.
You should have him checked. I don't think that's like normal.
No, he's just clowning around.
constipation.
He runs laps as well while he does it, so maybe he's just trying to get the juices flowing or something.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. It literally sounded like a child crying from like over here. I'm gonna, what was the one with the rainbow? Share Bear?
Cheer beer.
Cheer.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with that one because gay rights.
Nice. I also love gay rights, but I have to pick the Luck Bear because I had that one growing up also. And shout out to Erin. Erin was a big Care Bear girl. She had Dolly Bear. Shout out to Dolly Bear.
Shouts out Dolly Bear. Like, you know those pictures of a stuffed animal that's like really well loved? Like, you know, when it's like, oh, that's so beautiful. How awful that stuffed animal looks.
Oh, it looks like it got beaten against the wall for 12 hours. Yeah.
I don't know how many iterations of Dolly Bear there were, but Erin had Dolly Bear with her a lot.
What was your, Emily, did you have like a stuffy, like a favorite stuffy growing up?
Absolutely.
What animal was it? Or like what?
He's an otter. His name was Buddy.
Buddy the otter.
Buddy the otter.
That's really cute.
Dog. You think he's not in my bed right now?
Oh my god.
He stays on me. Yeah.
Darius had Teddy the teddy bear.
Teddy the brown teddy bear. Bog fucking standard. We do the classics around here, okay?
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely just lives like in between the wall of my bed and my pillows. But he's that's my man.
Nice. Next one is Miss Piggy or Kermit.
Miss Piggy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, I love me some Kermit. What were you gonna say about Miss Piggy though, Em?
Oh no, I just as what was it? A new favorite video of mine of her surfaced recently, and it was she did like the New Year's countdown like in the 90s or something like that, and the puppeteer had like vocal cord damage from all the screaming that he did afterwards. So yeah, she's just too iconic.
Next one is raspberries or green grapes.
Raspberries. I do not like grapes. I do not fuck with. I don't like to have to pierce through that skin with my teeth and then meet that goo. No, grapes. The texture of grapes freak me out. I love me some grape jam, but it's too eyeball. Like it's too.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm kind of like that about berries generally because I feel like they all sit in that sort of circle where it's like when
raspberries are different though. Raspberries are different.
Nice. Yeah, raspberries not bad. So I'm gonna go with raspberries. But yeah, I agree with you. The skin on them is like nasty in the way that like don't get me wrong. I like sausages and hot dogs, but if the skin is too crunchy, I'm done.
You don't like a snap?
I like a snap, but sometimes it's too tough.
Sometimes it's too snappy.
Too snappy.
When I'm snapping into that grape.
I don't want that. I need an even level. What about you, Jen?
Same. I'm gonna go raspberries. I love all things raspberry. Next one is the pink Powerpuff Girl. So that's Blossom or the Hulk.
Oh, I thought you were going to pit her up against her sis, who's always my favorite Powerpuff Girl, because she was always the bitchy one. Anytime there was like
Buttercup?
the goth one or the bitchy, like mean one with dark hair, she always had dark hair and bangs, so that was always the one that looked the most like me. She was always a cunt. But I guess I'll pick the Powerpuff Girls in general as a medium over Hulk as a medium, because, like, I'll pick Blossom, even though she's probably my least favorite, but she's the leader, you know? She has to be boring. She has to be the sort of the generic leader girl. But I'll pick Buttercup. Blossom, which one did you say?
Blossom.
Yeah. Also picking Blossom to inadvertently pick Buttercup, because you are right. She was the best.
Yeah, I'm going to go Powerpuff Girl also. Next one, an Oscar, a Grammy, or a Golden Globe?
None, I guess. I'm like really just unraveling and losing. I mean, I never had any respect for any of these people or those awards systems, but it's getting to the point where I'm like, is it even worth me talking about it anymore? Because is that like enabling this fucking monolith of idiocracy? Like, it's just pissing me off so fucking bad.
We're really starting to lose the plot.
Yeah, for realsies. But I guess I'll pick, was my option an Oscar, a Grammy, or a Golden Globe?
Golden Globe.
I'll pick the Grammy because I'm gonna do music.
I hate the Grammys, honestly.
I hate them too. I know. I'm like,
which is funny enough, as someone who went to music school, which I guess that's why I hate them. I don't know. But I don't listen to like popular music like that. You know, I'm like,
they're always like best artists of the year, and I'm like, I've never even heard of this person.
Exactly.
I'm like, who the
fuck is Benson Boone? Who's Shaboozey? Thank you. That was the most insane thing to see. Paul Mescal hosting Saturday Night Live, and I never tune into Saturday Night Live. I tuned in, and then to see Shaboozey pop up on my screen, that shit was fucked up.
He seems to really know what his niche, though. He does that
absolutely,
one song.
Absolutely.
I love that song.
And I'm sure he's great. It's just not for me. You see, about 5 days ago, I would have picked the Golden Globes because they seem to know how to have fun. Not anymore. I'll go for the Oscar. If I can't have fun, I'd rather be respected.
Sure.
I don't know, man.
I'm definitely going for the Oscar. I'm still an Oscar fan, just because it gives me something to do in January and February.
So real. Is Jen gonna
It's called having a hobby, thank you.
Is Jen gonna have to watch The Substance? That's the real watch.
I think so. I think she's gonna have to.
We can do maybe a guided Substance watch where I prep you right before every time
everything bad happens. We're gonna have to be on both sides of Jen,
with, like,
holding her hands,
like just with air horns.
All right, next one is a Olympic gold medal when you win any event, or that green laurel wreath they put on your head when you win the Boston Marathon.
I think people who run marathons are sick. I don't know too much about all that, but everyone I meet who's like a little too into the marathons, I think that there's a special sort of place for them. And it's not involving me, and I'm glad to keep my distance with that. Whereas the Olympics, I think that's awesome. If your whole life you've practiced bobsled, that's wild, bro. Get your medal. What would my event be, you ask? Curling? Not even. I bet that's even out of my depth. But if I could do anything,
no, I could see you doing like some badminton. I could see you getting down with badminton,
or like did they still do like ribbon dance?
Yes, rhythmic gymnastics,
maybe break dancing.
Oh my god, I'm the lady from New Zealand. I'm fucking what's her name? Well, her name was fucking like Busted Down. Raygun.
Busted.
I will be playing Raygun in the biopic, soon to be nominated for all the major awards.
No, of course. Yeah, a medal for sure. Even though I think like winning a marathon is maybe not harder, but it just feels like you have less opportunities because it's just the one thing, as the Olympics is everything. But yeah, running that much is fucked. No, I'm good on that. Medal.
I'm gonna go with the Olympic gold medal too. I love the Olympics,
mm-hmm.
Although there is some carryover because some crossover because I think you can win an Olympic medal for the marathon.
Yeah, why not?
Interesting. Oh yeah, you can.
It's an event.
Oh yes, you can.
Yeah. Next one: Golden Gate Bridge or Green Mountains in Vermont.
Green Mountains in Vermont, because that was just happened on its own, whereas a bridge, someone had to put that there.
Yeah, I can't say I've been to the Green Mountains. I've been to the White Mountains, but I'm a big fan of Vermont in general. Give me a covered bridge. a country store, I'm there.
A
So
maple
a
candy.
gorge.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. Cannot resist. So yeah, I'll go to her mountains.
An LL Bean
I'll
outlet
take the-
store. Oh.
Not true. No.
That's New
Hampshire
Hampshire.
and Maine?
No.
Maine.
LL Bean canceled. LL Bean donated a significant amount towards the Trump campaign in the last election cycle. So LL Bean can suck both my nuts.
Oh my god. Wow,
Yeah.
calling them out. And they so appear as like a earthy, crunchy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, ew.
Also-
yuck.
Also, Marshalls and TJ Maxx, all of their things, of course. Dairy Queen, Wendy's.
Damn.
Done. Yeah.
McDonald's as well is also.
McDonald's,
and the
obviously. Yeah,
Starbucks,
that goes without
and
saying.
all the normal ones, yeah.
Anyways, yes to the Green Mountains. Sorry to go get on my soapbox.
Me too for Vermont. And next one is pink lip gloss or gold hoop earrings.
Ooh, but together, a lethal combo together. I rock both of these on the reg. I cannot live without my silver hoops. Or, sorry, gold hoops. Well, both. A silver and a gold pair. You need a good pair of each. But I actually think I have been rocking a little more gold than silver these days.
Unfortunately, I'm not a lip gloss girl, but I might be changing that. I wore a little lip gloss to the wedding, and I liked that.
I gave you a lip oil.
It was nice.
It was a pineapple,
nice.
like, flavored lip oil, which to me is just, like, less sticky than a gloss and is therefore superior. So that's the downfall of lip gloss, is that it looks good, but you don't want it's fucking sticky.
Exactly. No, so I really appreciated that. But again, that was an oil, not a gloss. So I will be going for the hoops.
I will also be going for the hoops. Next one is gold leaf as a decoration on your cupcake or parsley as a garnish on your plate.
Both are obviously stupid.
Yeah.
Dumb, I guess, but I'm thinking specifically about an unnecessary ass fucking sprig of parsley on top of, like, my buffalo wings. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? What do you think is happening to this sprig of parsley? It's stupid. Whereas at least the gold leaf, it's dumb, it's pointless, but it's like, ooh, we're jazzing up the cupcake. I can't fault you for that.
I have to disagree. I have to hard disagree. Honestly, have you ever made chicken piccata and not had parsley to put in it and it just looks like this sad beige plate? You need that part. You need a little bit of green. You need that pop of color or else you're just eating brown.
I guess I have no issue with my...
I mean, fair enough.
Sprinkling parsley versus just throwing the sprig
Is
could be the
that is different.
difference maker.
Yeah, I like a parsley garnish.
I will go parsley also because I don't think gold leaf looks good. Like on the cooking shows when they're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna add some gold leaf," I'm like, I don't know. It just doesn't.
It does look less appetizing because you're then making it look like something that isn't food. That's not edible. I don't want my food to look like metal. That's weird.
Last one, a Cosmo or a pistachio martini.
Ooh, we just got into the pistachio martini. We're trying to make it happen. It is a cream liqueur, which is a lot on any given Tuesday. But I'll pick the pistachio martini. But while we were in Poland, we learned that the Poles love to put dry ice in their fucking cocktails. They are obsessed.
You would think that there's, like, regular ice doesn't exist. It's awesome.
Like a shortage.
It's awesome.
Like, it has to be
Is
dry.
it okay to drink? Is it okay to... It's safe?
Yeah.
It must be.
Well, you just can't touch it. But, like, yeah.
You can't touch it with your hands, but you can ingest it?
I don't know. But, like, literally, like,
Every
at the
drink.
cafe. At the cafe in the hotel. Like, where they're serving normal coffees. You order a cocktail, dry ice in it.
I'm like, why is there dry
Was
ice
the
in my
bar
gin
just
and
smoky?
tonic? Like, I'm like trying to blow the smoke off my gin and tonic so I can freaking... I'm like, what is... I understand for, like, a fancy, but it was legit every single one. It was kind of wild.
But I think dry ice in a Cosmo, cunty. And I'm not sold on a cream-based liqueur, so I'm gonna go Cosmo.
Yeah, I had Cosmo couple weeks ago that was fantastic.
What is
Not usually my drink of choice, but it's almost like, I feel like it's like a vodka cranberry.
Basically.
Like,
Here, let me
it's
look.
Vodka, cranberry, and one other thing that make it a Cosmo.
Like citrus.
Hold on.
Triple sec, maybe?
Orange liqueur, yeah. Triple sec.
Yeah.
Or Cointreau, whatever.
Vodka cranberry with triple sec.
Mm-hmm. It also gives
And
me
a lime.
Yeah, it also just makes me feel like I'm in Sex in the City if I'm drinking a Cosmo, so.
So that is it for combination Wicked Golden Globe chocolate over vanilla.
Work.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you. As always, Jen, we love you, and we'll see you next week.
All right, I love you guys. Have an awesome night.
Bye.
Bye.
This is my plan to solve conflict in worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Also, gender roles. We're gonna just tear that down as well. Here's my plan. Okay, we're also gonna save film. Okay, here's how we're gonna do it.
Great.
I'm gonna enter.
Okay, how?
I'm gonna enter a Mr. Beast contest, and I'm gonna win.
Off to a great start. Yeah, of course.
But it doesn't really matter.
Can't be that hard.
It doesn't matter if I win or not, but I should win because that will help. But also, it's more about...
Here's my thing.
It's about the lawsuit, okay? It's about the lawsuit that's
Sure.
going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years, and that's where we're going to make bank. Yes, you have your hand raised.
Yes, you could absolutely win. I do not doubt the fact that you could stay in one place for 100 days.
Yeah, I could do that.
That seems like light work. That's fucking light work.
I would love to hibernate.
Continue.
If Mr. Beast had a hibernation-based contest, me versus a bear, I think I could do it. And I'm going to get us some shmoney. Okay, this is how I'm going to get us some shmoney.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fund...
the lawsuit.
I'm going to fund what we are going to create, and we're going to do a trilogy, film it, write it today, a fantasy. We're going to hire people to do this. We're not going to do it. I'm project managing, okay?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
We're going to write a trilogy. We're going to film it all at once. We're going to follow the method. We're going to follow the Peter Jackson method, and we're just going to do... People are loving fantasy right now. Also, D&D is really big. I feel like we're... The culture, we're into it. We do a complex...
Yep.
Fantasy trilogy, we do it this way, right? And then we also inadvertently use it to convince men that they have to use swords in battle. We get rid of drones, we get rid of guns, and people love our movie trilogy so much that they have to go to war with swords again, and then nobody's actually really going to want to do that, and then there are no more wars. So I think... Also, I feel like women getting horny again about, like, men doing practical things, like, oh, he's building a table, or like, yeah, he's riding a horse, putting emphasis on, like, practical things as being, like, desirable.
Physical things,
like, being desirable. Yeah, I don't know. Or gardening, right? We fucking live that the hobbits smoke weed and garden. That's awesome, right? I feel like that kind of energy also, let's culturally influence that. So if anyone wants to donate, if anyone wants to tag Mr. Beast and tell him this is how we can save film, that I'm open to being buried alive, is all I'm saying. Because I just think they have the sauce, and we can have the sauce again. I think we could do it.
So is this to save film or is this to stop war?
Everything. It's gonna fix everything. I think if we do this, I think if we really do a good fantasy trilogy today, I think we can fix it all.
Oh, Dara, unfortunately, I do think that we're closer to a point of having the machine wars that they have in Dune.
No, that's why I'm saying we gotta go back. We gotta go back.
Well, we have to go forward to go back because AI is impossible and unstoppable at this point. So I think we're gonna have to fight the machines if we want to get to a point where we're back to swords.
Yeah, honestly.
But I like your enthusiasm, and I see your vision.
Thank you. Yeah, we can just, like, I feel like we can film it in, like, Washington State, because I feel like I look at all these beautiful scenes, and I'm like, they just picked a beautiful place to film their movie. Like, let's go to the mountains of Northern California and just shoot.
Yeah,
and just
absolutely.
shoot a fucking fantasy movie. Because, like, just go somewhere where it's beautiful. Have you ever been to fucking Joshua Tree, bro? That looks like the fucking moon. Let's.
Oh yeah.
Let's run that.
No, we could absolutely just run a handful of national parks and be good.
Right, as like setting, right, and then just like build cool fucking props and shit. Anyways, I was really getting riled up about how I have this vision for how things could be better, where things right now are just seeming dire. But things are seeming dire for, let's see, who's not having a good time in this movie?
Frodo? Yeah. Frodo the entire time.
Frodo's blood sugar is so low.
So low.
Frodo gets webbed up by Miss Shelob the spider. Basically, Gollum decides that he's gonna pull a little tricksy trick and he's gonna lead them astray. And he's like, my plan is not really to send you to the right place. My plan is to lead you to your demise so I can have the ring, of course. We know this about Gollum.
He goes.
He pushes the bread off the side. He creates a little social. Yes. He manufactures a little social tension between Sam and Frodo.
He would be
on Survivor.
He'd be phenomenal on Survivor.
I was literally thinking that. I was like, that like lie structure should be used like, oh, like he's gonna ask you for the ring. And that means he's going to try to take it from you. And then he goes to Frodo and he's like, or he goes to Sam and he's like, you need to ask him to take the ring. And it's like, oh, it's genius.
Yeah. I will say that the amount of limp acting that Elijah Wood has done throughout these movies is amazing. And it ups the ante every single time. I'm sorry, but seeing him swaddled in that web is fucking hysterical.
I believe that, like, one of the parts of his audition, I might be botching this fact, but basically, at some point, it was made apparent to the directors that Elijah Wood could not blink for, like, 12 minutes or something insane like that. And they were like,
of course.
They were like, this is great. We're gonna make you be, like, incapacitated, unconscious. Can you just not blink? And he's like, yeah, I can, actually. So it's, like, all those, like, really long shots they got.
He's just chilling.
Yeah, because I guess that's like a talent that he has or whatever. But like having that in mind while watching this, you're like, damn, yeah, he really is not blinking.
I don't know. That's just that was truly one of my favorite parts of the movie. Just seeing him wrapped up like that was fucking hysterical. That's how I feel when I'm supposed to get out of bed and go to work in the morning.
So swaddled.
How could I possibly?
So nice. One of the nicest things that Henry does for me every day is he has to wake up at like 4:45 in the morning for his job, early as fuck. But he, like, tucks me in, like, while I'm asleep, he, like, tucks me in really nice. So when I wake up, I'm all, like, swaddled. It's the best. I'm literally, like, Frodo in the Shelob web. It's...
God, I have seen what you have done for others. That's so brilliant and so beautiful.
Shouts out. But also shouts out to the fucking CG on Shelob as well. Not only do we get flawless CG on Gollum, but we get some really nice spider work as well. I feel like it holds up, like really no notes on a lot of the CG stuff. Like the Ent trees look a little weird at some points, but that's about as far as I'll go. Like,
which, you know what? Fine. That's fine. They can have one janky-ish thing, and it's not even that janky.
Not even, yeah. No, I thought the spider looked so good, and then it made me want to like watch a clip from Harry Potter to compare the Harry Potter big spiders with this spider, because like around the same time, you know, like who outspidered who. I really can't speak to that because I haven't watched the Harry Potter one in a minute, but I would like to think that the spiders, because they give her like that nasty mouth and they really get gross with it.
Yeah, I just think the Harry Potter ones was also, I mean, like, this one's pretty like set in a dark setting as well, but I think the Harry Potter one was always very like, you could not make it out that great because you're watching it on like the DVD player in the back of like your parents' car that's like hooked up to the back of the seat, you know? But yeah, no, I would think that it's tough because honestly, thinking back to that era too, like I liked the CGI in those movies. Same with Pirates of the Caribbean. Like it's all It's that era.
Yeah, where did we
I don't know.
where did we go astray, you know? Things just
We lost the plot, dog.
for real. But you know who got the plot? This is bad. I've transitioned back into outsourcing skilled laborers, perhaps. The fucking undead army, bitch. I love that all this shit is going on, and Aragorn's like, I gotta call in a favor. And he just has a ghost zombie army on fucking lock, bro. That shit is so tight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this was probably one of my favorite things about this movie. That shit was fucking nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I did not expect him to pull something like crazy like that off. I loved that.
This battle's already wild, but let's get green glowing zombie ghosts in the mix as well. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? And I thought they looked good as well. Like, visually, just like...
Agreed.
Like, yeah, no fucking notes. And he says, you are absolved of your debt. They cleared the battlefield, okay? And he said, okay, you can die now. And they all missed off. And it's really nice.
Yeah. Hey, that's a pretty good deal if you ask me.
And imagine being a ghost for probably fucking thousands of years. Or hundreds.
How good it must feel to die.
Or just, you've been amped up about battle this whole time. Because they're in armor. They have swords. Like, you're in battle mode. I feel like once you kind of got into limbo, you just start getting amped up again. Like, I bet they were kind of not with it at first until Aragorn pulls out the sword. Because he's like, I have my paperwork now that says I'm Isildur's fucking heir. But the fact that they weren't into it at first, I'm like, aren't you jazzed and ready to go? Like, what else do you have going on?
Yeah, girls, like, what? You're just sitting there, you're watching TV on a shitty static TV.
Don't you want to die? Don't you want to feel the sweet release of death? Like, I know I do.
Yeah. Y'all probably can't even jerk each other off or anything like that. Come on.
Ghost penis. No bones.
Ghost.
There are no bones in the penis, right?
There's
No, sorry. Well, because if you're a skeleton, right? Like a skeleton.
Yes.
Yeah,
no blood. No blood in them.
The skeletons don't get that representation, but they were sort of zombies, so maybe there's something left. I don't know. I can't speak on it.
Who's to say?
I can't speak on it.
Who's to say? I mean, I'd be interested in giving them a ride, seeing what it's about, but I will tell you, I'm gonna fuck Eowyn in this one.
Yeah, she's so horny that she wants to die. Like, she's really so oiled up and ready for battle that I feel like she's gonna go crazy on it. I'm like, Aragorn, give her a shot. She's gonna go crazy.
Dog, she can ride it and then stab me, and I'd be fine.
Right in the fucking face.
Just as she comes, just stab me in the face. I mean, yeah. I feel like it's there's not a lot I can contribute to a battle. I can try, but this is what I can contribute. And
morale.
I think she needs it. Morale, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Do you fuck before the battle or after the battle?
Both, of course.
If you had to.
Both.
Well, yes, both.
Before.
But if you could only choose one. Before.
Of course.
Yeah, because you're gonna die.
Hooked up, yeah, and you're about to die. But I love though before she says, or before she makes the decision to I'm getting on the horse and I'm going, she keeps being like, why can't I fight? Why can't I fight? And everyone's like, because you're a woman. That's not chill. You're also the king's niece or daughter or something. I don't know. Just be chill. She's like, I really want to fight. But she keeps following them. She keeps going with them, right? Because they're traveling towards the fucking war. And she's like, I'm sending the men off, is what she says at some point. Or I'm what? Yeah, morale? Is that, what do you mean you're sending them off? You're jerking them off before the battle? Why are you coming along if not to get in the battle? You know what I mean? Would women just travel and to be like, oh, I'm just sending them off? It's like the people who wave at the boats, wave at the cruise ship as it leaves for an hour.
Yeah, basically.
Why are you denying her? She's already fucking here, bro.
Yeah, really. What's she gonna, yeah. That's good. Oh my god. Should we get into our...
Wait, okay, but just then to finish the movie then.
Yes, we do have to finish the movie. Oh my god.
So just, like, Sam is a better person than me, because I'd be so fucking livid at Frodo, his behavior this whole movie, and then...
Mad as fuck.
And then he gets right to the edge, and all he has to do is throw it in, and he puts that shit on. I would be so livid. I'd be like...
Yeah.
Bro, it was calling to me too. Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. He's like, I can't carry the ring for you, but I can carry you. And he carries him up the mountain. And then he puts that shit on his finger. And it takes being attacked by sneaky little Gollum for him to be like, oh God. Gets his finger bit off.
I'll tell you what.
And then Gollum.
He was right to get his finger bit off.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, deserved that shit. And honestly, Sam should have stayed mad at him, but he's a better man than me. So... But
truly,
I think this did unlock that. I think that watching this movie at a fairly young age is what really made my brain obsessed with, like, jumping into lava. Because Smeagol / Gollum, like,
the
falling and then, like, into the lava and sort of getting absorbed by it while he's like,
engulfed.
Oh, I always have thought about how if I could, like, have any superpower, I would want to be fully indestructible so that I could go swim in lava. Like, specifically, that's why I want to be indestructible. Like, not to, like, like, fight in wars or, like, I don't know, be strong or cool. I want to hang out in a fucking active volcano, bitch.
And I can't blame you, because I want to go stomping through the goopy, like, tar, you know? I want to pop those bubbles with my feet.
Oh, I bet it feels so good. But then the movie, it's like, okay, it ends, but then we do get the, like, credit sequence where it pauses and is like, what's so-and-so up to these days? And we get basically that Sam marries Rosie. Okay, who cares? Aragorn becomes the king, of course. He says, hobbits, you bow to no one. Everyone's like, shouts out hobbits, you really got this shit done. But then Frodo decides to go to Valinor because I guess the bus is running. Like, I guess it just comes every so often and he just gets to go, and him and Bilbo are gonna fuck off to the Undying Lands.
His shit is... Well, it's like his shit's fucked, right? Like, his brain is scrambled eggs after carrying the ring for that long, right?
He's going to the ocean side. He's going to the seaside to, like, get help. To get that ocean air is going to cure him. Yeah.
To cure his melancholy.
For real. And he says, peace out forever.
No, poor Frodo's just got Swiss cheese for brains at this point. Like, his neuropathways are fucked up.
But he's gonna just go to the Undying Lands and hang out with the elves and write his book, and it's gonna be chill. And that's basically how the movie ends. And everything, racism is solved. There are no more wars. There's no more evil. Aragorn is chill.
I've never felt so proud of... a crew.
Those boys, they really...
I'm not even a part of it.
They got it done. Those boys are so brave, you know?
Truly.
These movies have two modes, and those boys are so brave. And you get to pick one.
Literally.
And right now at the end, it's like, wow, those boys are so brave.
Exactly. Exactly.
But if we want to get into our regularly scheduled programming, I think, who do we even say fuck, marry, kill? Do we do... For now, it's the whole series. At the end, we're finishing it off, taking every movie into account. You only get one fuck, one marry, and one kill. Is this fair?
Shit, bitch.
Is this unfair? Is this
That's
too much? Like, if you only get to pick one.
It might be too much because I did want to fuck Eowyn.
Yeah, in this movie.
But if you only get
one, it's gonna be Gandalf.
If I only get one, no, I'm married. No, I'm still gonna marry Gandalf. Yeah. I'm gonna marry Gandalf. Especially Big Dick Daddy was back. Especially in this one. If he's staying chillin', I'm gonna marry him. I guess out of the whole movies, all of them, like, I'll fuck Aragorn. Like, and then... Honestly, I want to kill... What was
Denethor?
The one that tried to fry his son alive.
He's like,
that one.
I don't even care that he's not dead. Like, he also just wanted to die so bad that he was like, I'm getting up here on this pyre.
But not even for Dick. Not even for Dick.
To be with your second favorite son? Lame.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say though, to quote, I believe Sexy Red, and this feels really pertinent to this movie, in terms of Eowyn's plot. I don't fight for my respect. I fight for Dick.
Yes, and she did. Imagine killing the Witch King, and he's not even looking. He's literally facing the opposite way. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard loss.
She's
loss.
a martyr. I guess I do have to fuck Aragorn. He is the day one.
Yeah.
He is the blueprint. He is, say what you will. I have to be honest.
It's like paying your respects, you know?
Marriage,
yeah.
I do have to agree with you. Gandalf, easy choice.
That's my man. That is my man.
Yeah, Denethor is really the only one who, like, really is pissing me off. But maybe what if we kill Smeagol in the opening scene? Then what happens if Deagle gets the ring? Who does Deagle become? Who is Deagle's Gollum alter ego? So we're doing and this is the movie trilogy that I'm going to pitch that we're going to make with our Mr. Beast money, okay? What if Deagle had gotten the ring?
The alternate Lord of the Rings, yeah.
But it's a toe ring. He puts it on his toe, and everything is like Portland, and everyone's hipsters. And then we do like a coffee shop AU.
Yeah, we're rolling.
And then what do you eat and drink with this movie? Because we had sloppy joes.
Oh, not what you want. If I could, I would do like the full like 12-hour like bouffe bourguignon.
Yes,
and all that shit.
That's a good one.
I would like you gotta end it on the highest note, and I think that Julia Child
nailed it.
Would appreciate this movie, and I think that beef. I need that beefy stew, baby.
And similarly, I was inspired by our recent trip to Poland. We went to a Polish wedding, and there was like a 9-course dinner, but each course was like sometimes it would be like, a 3-course meal, and then you would dance and party for like 2 hours, but then there would be like another 2 courses, and then like really pace it. So I feel like at your party, everyone prepares a course, and if you're lucky enough to have a good kitchen setup where you can sort of roll them out on like a 1 or 2 every like 20 to 40 minute basis, so you can just kind of keep eating through the whole movie. Like, that would be the most fire. But like, one person makes a stew, one person makes a fucking whatever. I'm just describing a potluck. I'm just describing like a well-organized potluck at this point.
But nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I will say we had like if you can get some crazy meat, if you're really good friends with your butcher, try and get some weird meat, because we had a wild boar stew. Oh,
like duck and just like game. One thing we ate was just described as game meats. That could mean a lot of different things, and honestly, it was tasty. I didn't care. Yeah, is this a deer? Yeah. Is it a pigeon? I don't.
Who's to say?
But what are you gonna give this movie out of 10? I'm gonna give it a 10. They're all 10s, baby. Maybe a 9.5. I think this is the only one I have as 4.5 stars on Letterboxd, whereas the other 2 are solid 5ers.
Yeah, I am gonna give this a 9. Yeah. And you know what? I feel the need to differentiate.
And what movie would you follow it up with? Is there even a world?
I don't think you do, girl. You go to bed.
How about instead,
you go to bed and dream.
Do you just
dream of battle?
Give me a movie just that you would shout out, like just in lieu of a follow up. Because just like shout something out right now.
I really like this one, another Elijah Wood one. I think it was 2016. Elijah Wood and Melanie Linsky.
Ah,
yes. Yes. It is, it's called I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. And the premise, I'll give you the IMDb read. When a depressed woman is burglarized, she finds a new sense of purpose by tracking down the thieves along with her obnoxious neighbor, Elijah Wood. But they soon find themselves dangerously out of their depth against a pack of degenerate criminals.
Is this newer?
And I just or
what did you say? 2019?
2016-ish.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never seen that show Wilfred. But I feel like that also would be like
Ooh, I
comedically.
haven't.
It's like Elijah
Yeah.
Wood and this guy's dressed up as a dog, but like only Elijah Wood can see him. So it's like
This is
like
familiar.
an inner monologue kind of thing. But I don't know. A lot of people whose opinion I trust say it's really fucking funny.
I bet.
But I'll shout out, I just watched the movie Akira for the first time ever. If you know the Akira bike slide, very iconic. It's from the movie Akira, and it was just some of the fucking coolest animation shit I've ever seen in my life. 1988, like, really dope anime movie. So shouting out,
I'll have to put it on my
shouting
list.
out Akira. Yeah, I think the most recent movie I gave 5 stars to is how I'll frame it. And I did, and I loved Nosferatu. So shouting that out as well. We're going to try to do a bonus episode on Nosferatu over on the Patreon.
Girls, I have a lot to say.
Who up Orlok and they... who up Nosferatu and they Orlok, okay? Brushing my mustache and really getting into this one. No hyperfixation, I fear. And so that's it.
That's Lord of the Rings,
Lord
baby.
of the Rings, bitch. You did it. I'm very proud of you. Hey, you were so brave and you were so strong through the whole thing.
I had such a blast. Thank you. I'm genuinely so glad we finally sat down and did this. It only took us 4 years.
Well, yes. And if you have any movie suggestions of things that we've never covered before, maybe we've never seen them before, you can DM us. If you've reached the end of this show, you're also so brave and so strong. We love you. Have a great week. Goodbye and good night.
Mwah.